just like to thank the organisers for giving me the honour and privilege of speaking here today to all these wonderful people. It's just such a experience for me. Everyone here is an inspiration, and today I'm going to speak about a woman who was inspired by others. She, for over 50 years, had loving siblings and a father, and later on a husband and her children, but she also had key people in her life that she looked up to. These people constantly told her that she was useless, good for nothing, would never make anything of herself. She would never amount to anything. When she heard this constantly from these people that she respected and looked up to, she thought they were telling her the truth. So, after all this, she covered her hurt and her pain by being bright and bubbly and quite the positive look on the outside. Always being the positive person around. But underneath, she was hurting a lot. So no one could see just how she was feeling. But all the time she was trying hard out to meet the approval and get the approval from these people. She was in various groups all throughout her life, and she made the effort of only being in the background of these groups, either in the kitchen making sandwiches or being a secretary. It might seem strange, but there she wasn't having to speak. All she had to do was record what everybody else had to say. This was where she felt comfortable. This was until 16 months ago. There was a lady who made contact with her, asking her to help gather other ladies in the industry to have a pamper day. This lady made a great connection with her for over those next few weeks. And she saw something in her that she couldn't see in herself, and asked her to be part of the South Burnett Community Leadership Program. She enlisted another person to try and entice her to be part of it. Eventually, still not understanding why they wanted her, she agreed to be part of it. She really felt that, why would she need to be a leader? She was never going to be a mayor or a councillor or the Prime Minister or even a great sports person. She was just a farmer. On the way up to the Bunya Mountains, where the program was being held, she still felt unsure of herself and why she was really being there. It was very hard, feeling like you're going to something that you're not worthy of. Being one of the older members of the group doing the program, this made her feel that she was out of her depth. What could she possibly give to this group? But most of all, how could she become a leader of anything? She arrived being very quiet, reserved, lacking in self-confidence and self-worth after all those years of mental anguish. The next 2.5 days went by being surrounded by so many inspirational or inspiring people. Halfway home, she stopped when, after mulling over what had happened in the previous few days, she suddenly had her aha moment. She realised after all those years that it wasn't her problem of why these people had been criticising her. She was doing everything to the best of her ability, and maybe not being perfect, but who is? She suddenly realised that she had nothing to prove to them, that she is who she is and is capable of doing anything. From that moment on, her whole demeanour changed. She was more positive, more confident, and had found herself. On arriving back at the mountains a month later, everyone had noticed. They saw the change. This carried on into the real world, where now she was being asked to do radio interviews and being challenged to do new things such as blogging and being on Facebook, using technology when beforehand she was so very much IT illiterate. She was allowing herself to find the courage to speak to anyone who would listen about her passions. The leadership program was one of them. How everyone should be doing this program is just so beneficial. Also about the high levels of stress and suicide in our area, which is absolutely terrible. And how we could be helping one another and how we should be helping one another through this. Also to the consumers on how they can be helping the farmers by what they buy. She's now doing a uni course so that she can help the community even more. She is no different to everyone that is in this room. She is a wife, a mother, a nan, a sister, an aunt, a friend, a neighbour, a farmer, a volunteer. But most of all, she is me. And I am proud to be that woman and what I have achieved. I truly hope that we can all find the courage to achieve good things for ourselves so that the ripple effect will reach throughout the state. Hey, why stop there? Why not the whole of Australia? Good for her, great for us. When women achieve, Queensland succeeds.
I've been privileged enough to see, I haven't actually been part of the South Burnett Leadership Program, but I'm privileged enough to live in the Bunny Mountains, and I see each year the group of people who come up, men and women, and you see them on the first day, and then you see them the next month, and then you see them at their final graduation, and it's amazing the transformation. So it's fantastic that you've done that program and got so much out of it.